We are live, everybody, live on Facebook. Woohoo, as promised, 2 o'clock. Here we are. So, how is the challenge going for you? Are you digging it? Are there things that we're missing that you would like to see more of? You can certainly let us know. You can let us know in the chat. You can also send an email to hello at. I'm always open to feedback, and please don't be whiny and complainy. Please be, offer constructive criticism. I'm all for that. I'm happy to, I'm not perfect, and, the team is working hard, and they are not perfect, and they, everybody's heart is in the right place. And certainly, I think their fingers and their efforts are in the right place. And so if there's things that we can do to make things better, we are all about that. I just don't, it's not an opportunity for you to, rag on anybody. I think, given what we're charging and what we're delivering, we're doing pretty good. So just keep that in mind, Everybody, there was a technique that I learned a long, long time ago from a dancer. What was her name? In Washington, D.C. She had developed this system for giving feedback, right? That first of all, you asked people, would you like feedback? And they had the right to say yes or no. So I'm saying I would like feedback. And then she suggested, and I do need to find her name. She had an amazing dance company. She worked with people of all ages who were not necessarily professional dancers. I mean, that was her thing. I wish I could think of her name. I'll find it. Anyway, so you start with, would you like feedback? If they say yes, then you give feedback. If not, then you keep your mouth shut. And then the first thing you do is you list out 2 to 3 things that you really liked before you offer the feedback on the things that you would like to see changed or improved. And it was a great structure for giving peer-to-peer feedback. So anyway, I'll see if I can track that down. God, that was a long time ago. That was when I was running DCAC, the District of Columbia Art Center in Washington, D.C. Anyway, so here we are. It's day 5 of the De-Stress Your Mess Challenge. We've been cranking along. Last night with sentimental objects. And another thing that I've seen come up on Facebook a little bit, and I even wrote to some woman named Beth who was talking about it, is just, again, more mindset stuff. If you come expecting it to be hard, would you be surprised? And it's not rhetorical, and I'm not trying to be sarcastic, but would you be surprised if it wasn't hard? I mean, you've in essence created a structure for yourself in which you are expecting and almost planning for it to be hard. So what would happen if you just let that go and said it's going to require a certain amount of effort? We talked about this on Clubhouse actually also at noon today. Right? What if the framing was just, this is going to require some effort from me, but everything requires effort from you, so it's not exceptional that you need to apply some effort to get the results that you want. Working out at the gym requires some effort. It doesn't have to be hard. Brushing your teeth requires a certain amount of effort. You have to, expend some calories and move some muscles. Making your bed. It doesn't have to be hard. It's just the next thing that you're doing. So why don't you see what you can do to reframe that for yourself so that you don't come with extra crap, extra negative mindset stuff that you only have to dismantle before you can actually even do the work that you want to get the result from having done, right? You shouldn't have to work to do the work. You should just be able to show up and do the work, right? If you had to, it would be like if you had to, every time you went to work, you had to get another college degree before you showed up at the office. By the time you got there ready to do your work, you'd be exhausted trying to get that, another bachelor's degree or another master's degree. Imagine if those were the prerequisites for just showing up to do the work. Or like if you had to, before you could go into the grocery store, if they made you do 15 push-ups in the parking lot and run around the parking lot 3 times before you could get into the store to actually do your grocery shopping, of course you would be tired. So why create a similar structure before you try to get organized, right? Like, why make it more difficult than it already is from having to exert a certain amount of energy to just get something done? It doesn't seem necessary. It might be very familiar, you might be very used to doing it, but it doesn't mean that you have to do it. That's the opportunity. And so tonight's the grand prize drawing winner. We announced the winner. And then you have 24 hours within which to claim your prize. So we'll announce the winner. We worked with an attorney on the rules for the sweepstakes. I'll be completely transparent. And so her recommendation, so that we could stay in compliance with all the different laws, was that we couldn't require people to be present. We just would invite people to be present. So you are invited to be present. I mean, imagine how good it'll feel to hear your name called out if you are in the room, and you can be in the room. If we call your name out and you're not in the room, you have 24 hours. And if you don't respond within those 24 hours, we'll draw another name out of the hat, and we'll keep doing that until somebody responds. So that's how that'll work. And because we've got those extra bonus sessions in case you weren't there last night or you didn't listen to the replay, we do have bonus sessions. So Saturday, tomorrow, because this is Friday, here in New York, Florida, in the Eastern time zone of the U.S. It's Friday. So tomorrow, Saturday, at 1:30 p.m. New York time, we'll have an all Q&A session. So if you've got questions for me that I've not still answered, or if questions come up for you, you can show up tomorrow, show up tonight, but you can also show up tomorrow, and I will answer those at 1:30 p.m. Sunday, I will also be taking questions at 3 p.m. Eastern or New York time. And then Monday night at 8 p.m. will be our very last bonus session for this challenge. And in that evening, we will set you up for success beyond the challenge, because by that point, we will have been together 8 times in 7 days. So I want to make sure that you have everything that you need so that you can keep using these tools and keep moving forward. If you don't know this by now about me, I will also be explicit about it. Of course, I am running a business as a professional organizer, as a coach, as a subject matter expert, a thought leader, whatever you want to call it. I have a business doing that. And at the same time, all of the work is geared toward teaching you to fish rather than giving you a fish and making you dependent on me. A long, long time ago, I discovered that I had to teach my clients how to do this work because they were reliant on me. Like if I as them, right? If the client doesn't do something, well, Andrew will just do it for me, right? I can just pay Andrew to do it for me. As you can imagine, that is not a model for sustainable growth or even personal happiness. I can't carry around all of these other people's responsibilities. It's untenable for me. So it became clear to me that I had to, not that I didn't want to, I mean, it wasn't like I was forced to, but that I had to teach you all to fish and stand on your own 2 feet so that you build the muscle to do this work yourself. I will coach you, I will cheer you on, I will provide insight and tips and tools and strategies and hacks. I will help you shortcut whenever possible to just speed up the process, because I've been doing it probably a lot longer than you have and probably more successfully than you have. So I'm happy to leverage all of the accumulated wisdom and knowledge that I've amassed in 25 plus years of doing this work so that you can speed up your process. And it's your process, right? My home is organized. I can find anything in 30 seconds or less. I don't have things laying around my home that don't serve me, that don't make my life more comfortable, convenient, or beautiful. If you do, we want to speed you along that process as quickly as possible. We want to change how you think about, how you feel about, and how you interact with stuff. That's what we want to do. So I certainly hope that you come tonight, because tonight we're going to talk about the 3 things that you are doing that I can almost guarantee you are doing. And when I say wrong, not like you're wrong, but your behavior has been deliberately and specifically undermining your best efforts, which is ideally that will be received as welcome information, like, tell me what I'm doing wrong. This goes back to the beginning of the very beginning of the conversation. It's constructive criticism that I'll be offering you this evening about the 3 things that you've been doing wrong, probably unconsciously, that have specifically undermined your ability to get and stay organized. So we're going to turn that around with these 3 secrets tonight, and I promise you, you will be surprised at what they are. You've been doing what you've been doing. And what is that? That's the definition of insanity, right? You do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. You're not really examining what is it about this recipe that isn't working. You just keep doing it over and over again, thinking, well, maybe this time it'll work differently. But you're putting the same ingredients in over and over again. You're getting, in fact, consistent results, which are not the results that you want. You are not getting and staying organized. You might be getting organized, but the key is, of course, staying organized. I'm willing to bet that everybody who's watching this and everybody who signed up for this challenge has at one point or another gotten organized, but has had very little, if no success, staying organized consistently. And that's what we're going to poke a hole in tonight. We're going to just blow that up so that you can finally get the tools that you need, get the mindset that you need, as well as the tools that you need, so you can get and stay organized for good. And again, we talked about this on Clubhouse as well. The end game is to get you living your life, not moving crap around your home, spending more time than you need to, touching inanimate objects and deciding where they're going to live. That's the process to get you, to buy you the freedom to do what you want when you want to be able to do it. And of course, many of us are not financially independent. We still have to trade our time for money. So we have to work, right? How do we manage the rest of the time when we are not trading our time for money so that we can be making smart strategic choices and leveraging our energy and our curiosity and our availability to get the things done that we want to get done? So I sure hope that you will join us tonight at 8 p.m. and then over the weekend, again Saturday at 1:30 p.m., Sunday at 3 p.m., and again Monday night for the very last session of this round of the De-Stress Your Mess Challenge, again at 8 p.m., all Eastern Standard Times, all in what is the equivalent of New York time zone. So if you're looking at a world clock, you just have to look for New York and you can figure out what time it is in your time zone based on that time zone. All right, thanks for tuning into this Facebook Live. As you can see, I'm talking to you on the camera, so I have no idea what you're chatting, if anybody's chatting, if anybody's even here with us live. But I will look at the chat feed after I get off of this so that I can respond to any questions or comments that you've put in there. Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, New York time, Zoom, we draw the grand prize winner. You learn the 3 secrets that are keeping you from getting and staying organized. Be sure to be there, and I'll see you online very soon. Bye.